Hi there, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us for today's webinar session focusing on the integration of technology inside a 3D printed prescription lens. Let me first start by briefly introducing our panelists of today. Guido, Xander, Juan Carlos, Janet and myself are happy to host today's session and explain you all about our 3D printing technology and what we can do to create smart eyewear together with you. If you have any questions emerging during the course of this webinar, feel free to send them through the sidebar on the left or send an email to hello@luxexcel.com and we are happy to answer all the questions you might have. So let's start. Janet, can you kick off this webinar?
Thanks, Ava. So let's talk about how does Luxexcel print lenses. We start with a bottle of liquid printing material. We make very small droplets, nearly a mist, and we build our lenses from the inside out. There are about 1 billion droplets in a standard lens. These droplets are jetted from our custom print heads onto a substrate. We make many drops for speed, and we achieve our accuracy with very precise placement of these drops. The lens is cured by UV light as it's being printed. In the 3D printing that many of you are familiar with, getting a lens to be useful would require a lot of polishing after it was printed, but this is not necessary with our technology. At the end of our printing process, the lens is transparent and it has the optical, ophthalmic, and prescription quality desired in the original design. After the lenses are printed, they are ready for standard ophthalmic coatings that many labs use. So how about Luxexcel? Who are we? Well, we're the only company in the world able to 3D print ophthalmic quality lenses. We are a technology company, and we enable you to combine prescription and smart lenses to bring your device to market. Our patented process is quite different than the 3D printing you might be familiar with. We offer a turnkey technology package, which includes all the components needed to make your lenses. The combined technology package is called Vision Platform, and it includes our proprietary printer, our software, the processes, and our family of printing materials. When we meet with people for the first time, many think our lenses are just a concept or an idea. But it's very important to know that this technology exists today. Our lenses are being sold commercially today, and people are wearing them right now. In fact, we've printed more than 50,000 lenses to date and growing. We offer technology ready to work with your design and your volume manufacturing need for smart prescription lenses. We enable your device to be a reality. Our lenses have been tested by third parties, and they meet the requirements for prescription eyewear, including ISO, ANSI, and also FDA requirements. Something that's really different from other 3D printing is that our lenses are smooth and shiny at the end of our printing process. They don't require additional polishing or tooling like other optical lenses to achieve their optical and prescription performance. We'll talk more about that later today. During our printing process, we can embed items such as smart foils or waveguides or sensors, and then continue to print the rest of the lens with this object safely embedded inside. This is unique in the world, and it positions Luxexcel perfectly to make smart eyewear lenses with prescription and your lens design, which look much like normal streetwear or fashion eyeglasses. In the example shown here, one can see an electrochromic foil, which is embedded inside of the prescription lens during printing. And later in today's webinar, we will share a lot more about this. It's important to take away from this discussion that Luxexcel offers the only solution in the world to 3D print lenses, and we offer a unique opportunity to embed smart features inside of a prescription lens. It is a proven technology that is ready for commercial smart prescription eyewear today and ready to be made in volume. Guido, will you explain more about how we integrate technology inside of our lenses?
So with this technology, we can do amazing things. We can integrate smart devices into prescription lenses. The end result is that you have um, a device that adds information to the user, it brings information to the user, and it sits right in the middle of the prescription lens. You can hardly see it, but it's there. And what we do is we print around the device. So that means that both on the front, on the back, and on the sides, you have our printing material. And so the device sits in the middle. And we can integrate all kinds of different devices like waveguides, holographic films, polarizing films, color films, basically anything you want. You can have it in the middle of the lens. And it becomes one complete unit. So why do you want to encapsulate your smart device into your lenses? Well, people need prescription, and in your eyewear, you want it to look fashionable. By integrating the smart device into your prescription lens, your device becomes small and thin and light, and you can wear it comfortably instead of wearing a helmet-like device. So that's what encapsulation does for you. The other thing encapsulation does, it actually protects the smart device against dust, humidity, and most importantly, impact. So the result is normal looking smart glass. In the past, we have integrated many different devices in lenses, and we currently have projects running with many major companies that have a need for special features in eyewear, in particular for smart glasses. So we're currently run projects where we're integrating waveguides into lenses, and those waveguides bring the image from the side, from the temple to the eyeball. We're also integrating holographic films that are used to project against. We have integrated projection surfaces like prisms inside the lens. We can even integrate displays or cosmetic films, and we have many medical applications where this is extremely useful. So all of these applications are projects we're running. Now we're going to show you a specific example of integration of an electrochromic film, which my colleague Sander is going to present to you now.
Thanks, Guido. Let's look now at an example of an active film. One of the films that you can integrate in the 3D printed lens is in electrochromic foil. In the bottom left corner, you can see such a foil, and you can clearly see how actually thin it is, with some coins for your reference. I will explain in a minute why you do need 3D printing to make proper electrochromic lenses, but for those of you who are not familiar with the concept of these glasses, it's best to start off with some demos. So let's look at the left top corner. This was our first demonstrator. Clearly you can see how fast the electrochromic glasses can switch from black to light and back. If we go to the right corner movie, you can see a similar appearance of the lenses going from light to a dark state, but in this case you can see a fully functional pair of glasses. This means that it is internally integrated with battery and electronics. And next to the auto mode, where lenses are controlled by the light sensors in the top corners of the frame, one can also put the lenses in any shaded state using the smartphone control. Finally, in the bottom right corner, you can see a go-to-market model that we're currently working on with our partners. A fashionable Panthers frame design that, from the looks, cannot be distinguished from regular eyewear. So we start off with electronic foils and turn these foils into lenses. Once printed, lenses are hard and not bendable. They are sturdy and durable lenses. By the process of fully encapsulating the foil, and with this I mean the top, the bottom and the sides, the foil is protected from all external influences. Printing directly on both sides of the foil makes lenses thin, fashionable and lightweight. We strongly believe that 3D printing can enable electrochromic lenses and solve issues that current electrochromic glasses deal with. For instance, when you take a closer look at the lenses, you can see that they are actually made of curved foil layers. From the back of the lenses, the EC film is not protected and can easily be damaged by cleaning only. From the side, water can get in between the foils. Finally, the existing glasses on the market are all plano, and currently no electrochromic prescription glasses exist. The ones that are out there use adapters or inserts that are bulky, create additional glare, and are hard to clean by design. So all in all, 3D printing looks the way to go for electrochromics. Here you see some examples of 3D printed electrochromic lenses, both plano and on prescription. Another feature of 3D printed lenses not yet mentioned is the fact that these lenses that you see here are printed to shape. That means they go directly into the frame. Printing to shape is an important feature because electronic foils must not be damaged and cannot be etched afterwards. So now let me hand it over to Juan Carlos, who will explain you more about the technical compliance of our lenses.
Thank you, Xander. Let me explain a little bit more about technical compliance. Our technology is in compliance with a variety of standards, ranging from ophthalmic optical performance with the variants of ISO 8980 and ANSI Z80 that include optical power, impact resistance, the famous drop ball test, transmittance, and cosmetic appearance, among others. If we look at smartware, we have printed onto flat surfaces, curved ones, integrating passive and active electronic films, sensor, and other type of electronic devices. We have tested our technology by printing on and or embedding different materials like glass, CTA, PC polycarbonate, polyamide, CR39, polymethyl methacrylate, and some others. And I would like to speak also about prescription and encapsulation. So it's a fact that consumer electronics for smartware tend to be flat, from LCD electrochromic foils, microdisplays, waveguides, up to holographic foils. All of them are predominantly flat. At Luxexcel, we have designed a process that completely embeds and encapsulates flat elements in a way that creates a complete integral device with no gluing or need to further assembly or alignment. This way, we obtain a completely unified functional device that is protected from any particle intromission, free of moisture and dust contamination for its whole operational life. Moreover, the encapsulation improves the resilience of the ensemble as tensional forces are better distributed over the whole object. If we look at the prescription side, this process ensures proper alignment of the optical surfaces in conjunction with optical paths foreseen for the embedded device and the ophthalmic power functionality. Finally, thanks to the very nature of our technology, the thickness and weight of the ensemble can be kept to a minimum compared with traditional technologies. For example, a flat electronic device weighing 7 grams embedded into a 65 diameter lens can be 27% thinner regarding center thickness and a similar amount lighter than its traditional counterpart. So once explained the beauties of prescription and encapsulation, I would like to hand over to Guido that will explain how to work with us.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. So how can you use our technology? What we do is we first need to determine whether your product that you want to make makes sense given the capabilities of our technology. So we sometimes have to co-develop with you the design in such a way that it's really optimal for use by our technology, so that we use the full benefits of what our technology has to offer. We often enter into a co-development project where we adapt your design and your wishes to something that is 3D printable. Then we refine the design together and we create prototypes for you, where the end goal is not to make prototypes. The end goal is to really make those products in volume. And we provide you a turnkey solution where you can manufacture the products that we have helped you design. You can manufacture those products in volume. So we have explained to you in summary that 3D printed lenses are here today And our technology is a great solution for integration of smart features into prescription lenses. We can integrate all kinds of different devices, whether flat or curved. We can offer you the benefits of a more durable product, lighter, thinner, and most importantly, looking like a normal glass. 3D printing can offer you unique products, but most importantly, it can make them in volume. And what we want to do is we want to work with you to develop those products and then enable you to make those products in volume. So what we have explained to you now is what we do, and we have prepared a couple of questions that people ask us all the time. So we'd like to walk you through them. Eva, can I hand this over to you?
Thanks, Guido. In the Q&A session of today's webinar, we will address the most frequently asked questions. The first question of today is if we can elaborate more on our business model. Janet, can you answer this question?
I'm happy to explain more about our business model. We work with our partner companies in a cost-shared partnership and develop lenses for the commercial market. Along the way, lenses are created in phases, and we review them all together to decide if they're meeting our goals. If they are, we go to the next phase, and if not, we work again on that same phase until everyone is happy. After the design is complete and everyone is happy and we're ready to go to the commercial market, our goal is to print these lenses in an ongoing basis in our printer for the commercial market. So for this description of our business model, this is why we do not offer only rapid prototyping or small runs, because we want to create a lens that is sold for the commercial market and is printed in an ongoing basis in our printers. We encourage you to reach out to us. We'd like to talk with you about your projects. And please email us at hello@luxexcel.com, and we'll be sure that your email gets to the right team.
So a question that often comes up is, are smart glasses really a thing? Well, obviously today they're not yet. I mean, we see the first devices showing up, and none of them are really the perfect fit for what people want or need. However, it's the same thing with how smartphones started. Initially, they were clunky, and it took a little bit, and then they really took off, and now we all have them. We expect smart glasses to follow the same path. And if we see how many people are involved in developing smart glasses, we expect them to be here sooner than we all think.
Okay, thanks, Guido. And can you explain why you would need smart prescription lenses instead of using normal glasses?
Well, today 60% of the world population needs vision correction. And that's even going to go up. There are certain areas where it's already at 90%, but we're all getting worse sight all the time. So if you make prescription glasses, you need to address the vision correction that people need, and today the reason people are wearing glasses in most cases is actually to correct their vision. So you need to address prescription. There's no point in making smart glasses if you do not address prescription, because most of the people in the world will not be able to use the product.
Juan Carlos, can you explain how durable are encapsulated lenses?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. I would say that provided that chemical compatibility of the different materials is ensured, so all the things stick together properly, which in some cases needs of some development, the durability is exactly the same of a regular lens. But I would say also that the durability of the embedded device is much enhanced. Take, for example, of a waveguide embedded into our lens. Waveguides need air gaps to maintain functionality. Embedding it into our lenses ensure that the air gaps are free of moisture and dust and other contaminants for the whole life of the ensemble. Thus, it's providing a superior protection to this waveguide in this particular case.
Thanks, Juan Carlos.
And the final question of today is for Xander. Xander, can you explain more about how the integration of frame and electronics work?
Sure. From the looks, electronics seem simple, but for sure these glasses require a different approach and look differently from the inside. First of all, there's batteries and electronics inside to control the lenses from dark to light. And typically these elements are located in one of the temples or both temples. The electronic wires or signals have to be guided through the hinges to the front part of the frame. This is where the electronic lenses are and the light sensors. They have to be connected to the electronics, and thus the frame has to consist of multiple plastic or metal parts in order to allow all these elements inside, and may need special hinges. This requires a novel design approach when compared to traditional frame design.
And by answering this question, we will finalize today's webinar, where we discussed all about integration of technology inside a prescription lens. If you have any questions or some additional topics you would like to discuss, feel free to connect with us through hello@luxexcel.com, and we will make sure to connect with you. We look forward to host you in one of our next webinar series or to connect with you to discuss your project. Have a great day and talk soon.